What's up, guys? Orcus here, and today, yeah, you probably see from the title, but today we got the Richmond race, and I am not happy with how it ended at all. It was just, it was a mess of a race, let's say that. A lot of things happened that I really didn't like, and and it's not even like the racing either. Like the racing, I thought was fine for the most part. Like the racing was decent. There was a few passes. It was still pretty hard to pass short track antics. It's hard to pass on short tracks, except for Bristol for some reason because of the tire wear. But in general, it's hard to pass on short tracks. We saw that with Phoenix, and now we see that with Richmond. But again, like I said, the racing wasn't the issue. It was bad. It was just bad race managing. It was really bad. I did not like it at all. And it started with the beginning. First off, the beginning was actually not that bad. They raced with the wet tires, which was cool to see. They raced with those for the first time, I'm pretty sure, in an actual race, and they did really well. I liked that. And honestly, that was like the best racing we saw until like the very end, in my opinion, when they were getting into lap traffic and Hamlin and Logano was right next to Truex. I thought that racing was pretty intense, but the beginning races with the beginning racing with the wet tires, I thought that was the best racing, and that was the very beginning. But then came the unfortunate stuff. Also, I forgot to mention, they handled the beginning really well, like the racing and stuff, like starting at a decent start time, because if you didn't know, the start time of the race was delayed a little bit because there was rain in the area, but they actually started at a decent start time because of the wet tires. So that handling part of the race was really nice. But then they they announced that they were only going to race 30 laps until caution for I forget why. I forget like the actual name of the caution, but they did that for competition caution, I think, or something like that, just to stop the race and like I don't know, like get different tires and stuff. It was announced by NASCAR, but all of them were halted, and they were able to like resume their positions and stuff after the caution. But the caution lasted so long, like they ran like 20 laps or something on caution or something, even more probably. And that just really took me out of the race. And then we got to later where they started doing strategies, and then because Larson was on a different strategy than people like Truex and them. Larson won stage one, by the way. He was really dominant for most of the race. Then some stuff happened to him, but then he got back up, finished third, but I'm getting a little too ahead of myself. Yeah, so they did something like that, where the tires, switched out the tires to like slick tires, I'm pretty sure. But then, like I said, the like freaking 20 plus laps on caution, which was annoying. But then after that, decent racing after that, they started implying strategies. So Truex and all of them we're gonna pit two or three times in the stage after Larson won stage one, and then Larson was only gonna pit one time in the stage, and then it all got screwed over because they did a phantom caution. Kyle Busch hit the wall, and literally as soon as he hit the wall, I swear they just slammed the button on caution, and that just ruined so many people's days. Bowman was doing a certain strategy, and his day got completely screwed over by that. I'm pretty sure Todd Gilliland's day got completely screwed over by that caution as well. And yeah, it was a bad call. They shouldn't have called that caution at all. It was way too quick. I don't know why they did it. Like, Busch was completely fine. He had no flat tires, like barely any damage. All he did was hit the wall, and they called a caution on that, and that was just stupid. But they did their stuff. After the caution, Truex like led basically all the laps, destroyed everyone, won stage 2, and after that, all that stuff, they go into stage 3, and Truex is basically leading all the laps. I'm pretty sure there was another caution. I can't remember what it was, though. But again, after the restart, Truex still led. And then what happened is at the end of the race, right at the end, 2 laps to go, freaking Bubba Wallace gets loose and spins Kyle Larson. And I mean, it's fair. Like, they should have called the caution, but 2 laps left. I there's a lot of theories going around because Hamlin was in third. Hamlin owns 2311, and this is a conspiracy theory. This is just a theory. I don't really think it's true, but again, like I said, Hamlin's in third. Truex is going to win the race for sure. And then a racer for 2311, the team that Denny Hamlin owns, gets loose and spins out Kyle Larson and caution. And we knew this already, but Denny Hamlin probably has arguably the best pit crew in the series. Byron's up there too, but Denny Hamlin has an insanely good pit crew. And of course, right after that, he beats both Joey Logano and Truex off pit road and gets the first spot. And the rest is history, but I will talk about the rest of that actually because it's actually pretty important. But something to think about there for sure. But that's just how it goes. Then I will talk about the restart, but it looks like Hamlin got sped up on pit road, or not pit road, on the restart zone. It looks like he jumped ahead a little bit sooner than he should have, but NASCAR apparently thought it was fine. They didn't review it or anything, but if you look back, it definitely looks like he got an early head start and possibly should have been penalized for that, but I don't know. And then it was just racing after that. Could call it a little cheap, but Denny Hamlin, Truex didn't like the way Denny Hamlin raced him. It was a little bit cheap, bumping him out and stuff like that. And then he got shifted to the back because of that. And it was just so stupid because that was so clearly Truex's win. And then all that stuff happened. Denny raced him a little bit unfairly, and he ends up winning the race. All of that for a Denny Hamlin win. And honestly, I'm not even mad that Hamlin won. I would have been mad if any other person won. I would have been a little less mad if someone like Logano without a win won the race, but I still would have been mad. Like, I still would have thought it was a bad race because of that. But I'm even more mad that someone like Hamlin, who gets like 6 wins a year, or 4 to 6 wins a year, versus someone like Truex, who's obviously in questions about retirement. He didn't win a race in 2022, so is he bound to repeat that? I know he's running really good. He has the most stage points. He has the most points out of any driver, and he hasn't even won a race. And there's been 2 people that have won 2 races. So it's kind of remarkable how much points Truex has now. He's just a points merchant, even if he doesn't win. But you got to think, is he going to win a race this year? Was that his chance and has had it blown? It's possible, but I do think Truex will still get a win this year. But again, that was just, questionable. It was questionable. And then Truex was mad. I mean, he doored Kyle Larson a lot, and Kyle Larson ended up taking the last position from him, where he got 3rd and Truex got 4th. But yeah, you could tell he was really mad, and at the end he started bumping Denny Hamlin from behind after he got the win. So yeah, he was definitely not happy. But like Larson said, he's one of the most respected drivers in the series. So it's like, it was probably just a little mad about that. It's understandable, but that's just how it goes. Really mad because Truex is one of my favorite racers. It was tough to see. It was very tough to see. But with that being said, that's the race. I thought it was bad. it was definitely the worst race of the year. Like, the racing was on the same level. It was a little bit better than Phoenix, in my opinion. But then all the stuff that happened in the race just made it worse. So, yeah, I didn't like this race. I mean, it was fine until the very end. And I was hoping that something would make it better. Like, and it was, because, like, Logano and Hamlin were, like, right behind him. They were so close to each other. Anything could have happened, and then the worst thing that could have happened happened. And yeah, it's just unfortunate. But with that being said, I'll get to the positions. Denny Hamlin obviously got first. Logano had a great day today. Very well deserved second. He needed this one. He's been really low in points this year, so he definitely needed this. Larson, even though he got spun, I didn't mention that, even though he got spun by Bubba Wallace, he somehow found his way all the way back to third, so good for him, I guess. He got really lucky on his stuff. He saved it pretty well and got right to pit road, so yeah, good for him. Ends up saving it, gets the third place. Truex obviously fourth. Chase Elliott gets the fifth spot. He was in the front row and then fell back a little bit, but ended up getting fifth, so good for him. Christopher Bell with the sixth. JGR did really good today, again. JGR is looking like the best team this year, I'll say, so far, for sure. But it's the JGR and Hendrick show, for sure. Like, Denny Hamlin first, and then Kyle Larson third, Truex fourth, Chase Elliott fifth, Christopher Bell sixth, William Byron in the seventh spot. It's just crazy. And then a kind of silent duo, Chris Buescher and Brad Keselowski get the 8th and 9th spots. Consistently good at short tracks. Not a bad day for Ford, as Joey Logano got second, and then Brad and Buescher got 8th and 9th. So good for them. Good solid days for them. Both have playoff spots so far, I think, so that's good. Tyler Reddick, another Toyota, got 10th, just right in the 10th spot. And then Josh Berry and Noah Gragson finished 11th and 12th. Not bad. Josh Berry was running in the top 10 for a good amount of this race, so that's good for him. He had a couple troubles on pit road, little slow stops, but hey, if you're fast and you're good, you're still going to end up with a high spot, and he did, so good for him. Then Noah Gragson with 12th, also good for him. Bubba Wallace, after that caution that he caused, ended up not doing so well, so it's a little bit of karma. Gets 13th. Eric Jones with a 14th. He was slow at first, but found himself up, so good for him. Chastain, 15th. Ty Gibbs, surprising finish. This is the lowest finish I think he's had this year, with the 16th, so unfortunate for him, but he'll probably bounce back. Alex Bowman, like I said, got screwed by the caution, ended up in 17th. Chase Briscoe in 18th, not terrible. Blaney with a oddly low finish in 19th, and Kyle Busch right behind him in 20th. Todd Gilliland ended up finishing 21st. I actually thought he did worse than that, but he found his way up. Suarez, 22nd. This is the caution I forgot about. Josh Berry actually spun Suarez at some point. I think it was in stage 1. It was an early caution. But, yeah, he ended up spinning Suarez. He finishes 22nd. Cindric, 23rd. Dillon, 24th. He was pissed off during the races. He hated the strategy. It's going really downhill for RCR in the Cup Series. They got to make some changes, I think, after this year. There's something that needs to be done. And they're arguably, like, everyone was freaking crapping on SHR. They should have been looking at RCR. Like, they are not doing good at all right now. SHR is doing better than them, in my opinion. But, yeah, that's just how it goes. Nemechek with the 25th. McDowell with 26th. He had some troubles. I'm not sure what happened. But, yeah, just not good races for either of them. Hocevar with the 27th. Ryan Preece, I'm pretty sure he had a penalty on pit road, ended up finishing 28th. Ty Dillon, 29th. First Cup Series race this year, and finished about where you'd expect. Daniel Hemrick, very not good at all. 30th. Colleague Racing is also not a very good team in the Cup Series right now. They are when Allmendinger's racing, but other than that, they are not. Hemrick was not it. They should have kept Allmendinger full-time Cup Series because Hemrick is not it. Kaz Gralla, 31st. Justin Haley had a rough day. I'm not sure what happened to him. I'm pretty sure he was running in the top 20 at some point, but then something just happened. I don't know. Same with Ricky Stenhouse. He was running up in the top 20 at one point, but just fell back. I'm not sure what happened. Harrison Burton, 34th. Zane Smith and Corey LaJoie to round it off. Dang, not a very good day for Spire at all. The second to last and the last person, both Spire cars. I'm not sure what happened. And LaJoie in 36 is very weird considering he didn't even DNF, or get a caution, or get in the wreck. I'm not sure what happened, but. And then Zane Smith, again, right in front of him in 35th. And not to mention, again, Hocevar was in 27th. So very uncharacteristic bad day for Spire when they were on a good start this year. So weird to see, but maybe they'll bounce back in Martinsville next week. But otherwise, again, like I said, did not like this race. It was about an average race from the start. Well, it was a good race at the start, and then towards the end it was good, but towards the middle part of the race it was a little average, a little boring. But and then the ending just ruined it for me. So yeah, first bad race of the year for me. Hopefully Martinsville is better next week, but we'll see how it goes. Very excited for Talladega this month. I'm ready to get out of these short track races. I'm ready to get out of them. I know Bristol was good, but I'm kind of tired of the short tracks right now. They need to space them out a little bit more, in my opinion. But anyway, that'll do it for this video. Hope you guys enjoyed, and we'll see you in the next one.